Yo, what is up, Seahawks Nation? It's your boy Victor, back at it. And listen, I woke up this morning checking my phone like I always do, and bro, this offseason just will not slow down for us. First, our starting cornerback is gone. He signed with the Eagles. Yeah, it stings. And now we're sitting here with two cornerbacks at starter level. Two. You already know the names. That's it. So yeah, we need to move, and I got three names you need to hear about that could actually make sense for Seattle without blowing up the cap. But, and this is the part that got me out of my chair this morning, that massive trade to Baltimore for one of the most feared pass rushes in the entire league? Dead. It fell apart overnight. And guess what? Seattle's name is back in the conversation for him. $43 million in cap space, an open edge rusher spot after we just lost another key piece to Cincinnati. And we've got a back channel connection to Las Vegas that nobody else in the league has right now. Two moves, two positions, one massive offseason window that could define this entire rebuild under Mike Macdonald. Before we get into it, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We're pushing hard to hit 3,000 subscribers, and every single one of you counts. Drop a like too. It literally takes 2 seconds and it helps more than you know. All right, let's get into it. All right, so let's talk about what just happened with our secondary. Because honestly, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Losing Riq Woolen hurts. He's gone, officially, signed a one-year deal with the Philadelphia Eagles worth up to $15 million. And look, I get it. If someone's putting that kind of money on the table, you take it. No hard feelings, Riq. But for us as fans, man, that stings. Because here's the reality right now. Seattle has two cornerbacks at starter level under contract. Two. Josh Jobe, who just got re-signed, and Devin Witherspoon. That's your depth chart at corner heading into this offseason. And before you say, well, we can draft somebody at pick 32, yes, that's absolutely on the table, and John Schneider knows how to find talent in the draft. But you can't just roll into a season banking everything on a rookie at that position. You need bodies, you need experience, you need depth. So the question becomes, who's still out there that makes sense for Seattle without blowing up the cap? And actually, there are three names worth talking about. The first one is Roger McCreary, who was with the LA Rams last season after they picked him up mid-year in a trade. Now here's why this one is interesting to me. McCreary is a nickel corner specialist. That's his thing. He's been playing mostly in the slot since he came into the league back in 2022. And think about what we have in Devin Witherspoon. Mike Macdonald has been moving him around, using him outside more and more. So if Witherspoon is going to keep playing that versatile role, having a dedicated nickel guy like McCreary behind him actually fills a real need. It's not just depth for the sake of depth, it's a specific fit. The second name is Darrell Baker Jr., who spent time with the Tennessee Titans. Now Baker is more of a rotational piece, a CB4 type. But here's the thing. He actually played a lot of snaps the last two seasons, over 600 in 2024, over 700 in 2025. That's not a guy riding the bench. That's a guy who was thrown into the fire because of injuries around him, and he held his own. For a low-cost signing, that kind of experience and reliability is exactly what you want behind your starters. And then there's the third name, and this one I find genuinely interesting, Derion Kendrick. Because Kendrick actually played 10 games for the Seahawks in 2025 before getting released and heading back to the Rams. So this guy already knows Mike Macdonald's defensive system. He's been in that building. He knows the language, the schemes, the expectations. If you're bringing someone in mid-off-season to plug a hole, there's real value in not having to teach them everything from scratch. Now, none of these three guys are Riq Woolen. I'm not sitting here telling you any of them are a one-for-one replacement. But the point is, Seattle doesn't have to spend big to get smarter at this position. Schneider has always been good at finding value, and right now, value is exactly what the situation calls for. The cornerback room needs attention. That part is clear. And whether the answer comes from the draft at pick 32, one of these free agents, or a combination of both, something has to happen before we get to training camp. All right, so that's the corner situation. But here's the thing, Nation. While all of this is going on with the secondary, there's another story developing on the other side of the ball that I honestly did not see coming. And it involves a player that just had a blockbuster trade fall apart at the last second, a deal that would have sent him to one of our conference rivals. That trade is dead now. And Seattle just moved right back into the picture. I'm talking about a pass rusher who changes the identity of a defense the moment he steps on the field. The numbers he puts up are insane, and there might be a connection between Seattle and Las Vegas that nobody is talking about enough. That's coming up next, and trust me, you don't want to skip this one. Okay, Nation, if you're still with me, this next one is the story I've been thinking about all morning. Because this isn't just a free agency signing or a depth move. This is the kind of thing that, if it actually happens, changes the whole conversation around this team. Let's talk about Max Crosby. So here's what went down. Las Vegas had a deal basically lined up to send Crosby to the Baltimore Ravens. We're talking 2 first-round picks coming from Baltimore. Pick 14 in 2026, plus another first in 2027. That is an enormous return. The Raiders were about to cash out big. And then Baltimore walked away, just pulled out of the whole thing. And the reason that keeps coming up is medical concerns, specifically around Crosby's knee recovery from surgery. Now, the moment that deal died, Seattle's name came right back into the picture. And I want to explain why that actually makes sense, because this isn't just wishful thinking from fans. First, the need is real and it is urgent. We just lost Boye Mafe to the Cincinnati Bengals. Gone. And on top of that, Uchenna Nwosu carries almost $20 million in cap hit for 2026. So you've got one edge rusher out the door and another one eating up serious cap space. The pass rush situation heading into next season is genuinely concerning. Like, I'm not trying to be dramatic. This is a real problem that needs a real answer. Second, Seattle has the money to at least start the conversation. As of right now, the Seahawks have around $43 million available in cap space according to Over the Cap. Now, Crosby's contract is no joke. We're talking $30 million in base salary and a cap hit of roughly $35.8 million for 2026 alone, on a 3-year extension worth $106.5 million total. So, yes, additional cap maneuvering would be needed. But the point is, Seattle isn't starting from zero here. The foundation exists to explore this. And third, and this is the part I find genuinely fascinating, there's the Clint Kubiak factor. Kubiak was our offensive coordinator in 2025. He knows this roster. He knows the locker room. He knows exactly which players here have value, better than almost any other coach evaluating the trade market right now. And he just became the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders in February. So if the Raiders decide they want a player included in any trade package alongside draft picks, who do you think they'd be most comfortable targeting? A team's players they already know inside and out. That connection doesn't guarantee anything. I want to be clear about that. But in a negotiation, familiarity matters, trust matters. And right now, Seattle has a thread to Las Vegas that other teams simply don't have. Now, here's where I have to be honest with you about the risk. Because if you're a real fan, you have to look at this with open eyes. Baltimore, a team with serious resources and a Super Bowl contending roster, walked away from this deal over medical concerns about Crosby's knee. That is not nothing. That's a front office that looked at the medical reports and said, not worth it at this price. Seattle would only make this move if John Schneider genuinely believes that the medical risk has brought the cost of the trade down enough to justify it. Because if Baltimore was willing to pay 2 first-rounders and then backed out, Seattle is not going to pay 2 first-rounders. That's not the play. The play is waiting for the market to cool, for Las Vegas to get realistic about what they can actually get, and then making a move at a reduced price that reflects the actual risk involved. But here's what Crosby is when he's healthy, just so we're all on the same page. 69.5 career sacks, 133 tackles for loss, at least 7 sacks in every single NFL season he's played, 10 sacks just last year in 2025. This is not a project. This is not a gamble on potential. This is a proven elite pass rusher who has done it consistently at the highest level. The kind of player that makes an entire defense better just by being on the field. If Seattle can get him at the right price, with confidence in that knee recovery, that is a franchise-altering move. And if you've been rocking with this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, come on, let's go. We are pushing hard to hit 3,000 subscribers, and we are getting close. Hit that subscribe button right now, drop a like on this video. It takes literally 2 seconds, and it means everything for this channel. All right, let me bring this home.
Because when you look at both of these stories together, the cornerback situation and the Max Crosby conversation, what you're really seeing is a team at a fork in the road. On one side, you've got a secondary that just lost a starter and needs to be rebuilt smartly and cheaply. Smart veteran signings, maybe a draft pick at 32, guys who already know the system. That's the careful, calculated side of this offseason. On the other side, you've got a potential swing for the fences at edge rusher, a move that would cost real draft capital and real money, but would immediately upgrade the identity of this defense in a way that no depth signing ever could. And here's what I think this moment is telling us, Nation. Mike Macdonald is building something real here. The foundation is there, but this offseason is where Seattle either commits to being a serious contender or plays it safe and hopes things develop organically. Losing Woolen, losing Maffei, those are real hits. The team knows it, Schneider knows it. The question now is whether this front office has the guts and the vision to make the kind of move that changes everything. I'm hopeful, I really am, but I'm watching closely, and so should you. Stay locked in, Seahawks Nation. This offseason is far from over. I'm Victor. We'll see you in the next one.